Josh Maloney, student meteorologist with your Monday night weather forecast. So, as we're looking at Doak Campbell Stadium, we're just seeing some partly cloudy conditions, but very beautiful sun nonetheless. So, if you want to go outside for a walk, I recommend doing that right now. So, we are currently at 90 degrees, so it's not going to be the best conditions, but not bad overall. Now, currently we are seeing some weather and some showers off to the east of Tallahassee, but as long as you're going slow, you should be able to navigate just fine. Now, tonight in Tallahassee will be mainly going into 72, so make sure you just go outside and enjoy that beautiful weather before it gets super cold. And tonight, expect a sunny Monday as we saw. We'll have stormy showers, especially tomorrow, and sunshine will come back for the weekend. Now, enjoy the show.
Well, thank you for that, Josh. We saw that live look over Doak Campbell Stadium. Now we have a live look over downtown Tallahassee. Again, current temperature is 90 degrees, partly cloudy skies, beautiful weather overall. I'm student meteorologist Chandler Pruitt. I hope you guys are outside enjoying the weather because this is about as good as it gets. We have a light breeze out of the east-northeast at 7 miles per hour, but partly cloudy skies nonetheless. It's a beautiful day. As for that temperature almanac, well, today we reached a high of 92 degrees, a little bit above average, but not quite towards the record, but it was a warm one. We also got down to 60, which is lower than average, so it was pretty chilly. You woke up, you're like, oh, this is a little brisk, but it's nowhere near the record that we had at 45 degrees. Current temperatures across Tallahassee, we have 86 degrees in Tallahassee, 82 in Apalachicola, but we heat up once we go a little bit further north and to the west. Bainbridge, you guys are at 90 degrees, so that's pretty warm, but overall we're all sitting there in the mid to upper 80s, with the exception being Apalachicola. Those dew points, pretty muggy overall until you get up to Donaldsonville. We're down to 54 degrees there, but 73 in Apalachicola and 64 here in Tallahassee again. So it's pretty muggy overall until you get further inland, which is what you would expect around this time of year. Tonight's forecast, though, we are going to get down into the 70s. Because of those clouds, they're going to act like a blanket. They're going to keep us insulated, keep us a little bit warmer. So we're not going to reach that 60 degrees like we did last night. But we'll get down to the 70s, again, pretty much across the area. And you can see those stormy icons. That's just indicating that, again, we're going to see a lot of storms overnight and into tomorrow morning. As for that current radar, speaking of storms, we have a few over there by I-10 and I-75. But over here in the Big Bend region, we only see some radar scattered. That just means it's picking up on dirt, bugs, smoke, something of that nature. We actually see the sea breeze pushing inland, which is just a straight line, gusty wind pushing inland from the ocean. But overall, it is still very nice out here in the Big Bend region. Future radar, though, shows we'll start to see those clouds enter in by the morning hours, and then, boom, we have those showers starting to creep in. And we'll continue to see those showers persist through tomorrow evening. So it is one of those days that we'll have to probably stay inside or at least carry an umbrella / wear a rain jacket when you're out and about. But speaking of staying inside tonight, if you are chilling outside, maybe on your porch, 72 degrees, or you could stay inside, but it is nice conditions overall, partly cloudy skies, so definitely recommend getting out there. As for your day planner, we're going to get into the 80s again with a lot of showers. The week ahead, though, we're going to see a lot of those mid-80s and, again, a lot of rain showers throughout the midweek. But once we get towards the weekend, when it's actually important to be outside and enjoy FSU football, wait, it's a bye week. So sad. But anyway, you can get out there and enjoy a nice picnic or whatever. We'll get up to the mid to upper 80s. So again, not as warm as today, but it'll be enjoyable. But now we're going to toss things over to Josh. He's going to expand our view into the Florida region.
Thank you so much, Chandler. So as you go over and look at Florida, we are seeing some beautiful skies all around. So we have, especially Panama City, lovely sun. Also, just lovely blue skies in Orlando, which I'm going to be going back to see you all on Friday. So as we go to our current temperatures across the state, we're mainly hanging around the upper 70s, low 80s, mainly in South Florida because of the rain that we are seeing right over there. But everywhere else, we're seeing upper 80s, low 90s, 90 in Tallahassee, 88 in Key West, 86 in Pensacola with sunny skies. Now, current dew points, as Chandler pointed out, in North Florida, we're seeing just really less muggy dew points, but as we get south of I-10, that's where we're seeing the
the muggier dew points overall. Now, as you saw earlier, we're seeing showers go through, especially we have a severe thunderstorm warning going into off the coast of Palm Beach County. So if you're in that area, especially along I-95 during rush hour, please take your time. Flashers on, flashers off, lights on, windshield wipers on. So South Florida, we're seeing that rain, especially go up here into the I-95 corridor. We also see some rain going into central South Florida. We're also seeing some rain also make its way up into Orlando area. I would just hope that if you're going in Orlando, try to stay off I-4, and if you have to, just take your time because we know that I-4 is prone to accidents, near attractions especially. Also, Osceola County is also getting some rain, developing right now, also into southern Brevard. So if you're in that area as well, just take your time and stay inside if you aren't already. So also North Florida, we're also seeing some rain as well, going up into Jacksonville. And as Chandler pointed out earlier, we're seeing that band of showers trying to make its way into the Forgotten Coast. So Miami, we're seeing some really nice cloudy conditions. We're also, but as you see, we're going to have rain coming in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will be when it clears out. Tampa, Florida, same story. We're going to have rain coming in Tuesday, but it's going to last longer than in Miami, with it continuing into Thursday. So expect those cloudy conditions, although expect a nice low of 56 tonight. Panama City, Florida, it's looking really nice, but also they're actually very lucky because not only are they getting really nice lows, but also they're staying out the 80s with the exception of Wednesday, and they're not getting any rain. So if you're in Panama City, go enjoy the weather. Now, Pensacola also just looking gorgeous, absolutely, and they're going to have some rain coming through, but it's mainly going to be worse on Wednesday and Thursday. So on those days, make sure to bring an umbrella if you are there. Tonight, we're going to be expecting just temperatures mainly in the upper 70s in Central Florida, low 70s in Tallahassee being the cold spot in the state, and the hot spot being 82 degrees in Key West. So overall, just enjoy the weather if you're outside, and if you're going out tonight, make sure to carry an umbrella as you will need it. Now, Chandler, what's going on through the rest of the southeast?
That's right. Let's expand that view. Speaking of views, we have some nice ones over Miami. It is nice and sunny. Really taking Sunshine State to a new level. Then we got Atlanta, Georgia with some partly cloudy skies. Clemson, you guys have some really beautiful clouds over your city. But then down in Tampa, you guys also have some clouds. That's more so because of the stormy weather you guys are experiencing, like Josh was just pointing out earlier. Now, our current conditions across the southeast really got a widespread. We have 76 in New Orleans. That's because they're currently experiencing showers. 92 degrees over in Little Rock. And then, of course, down here in Florida, we've also seen some of the 80s because it's Florida. It is in September, so you should expect that this time of year. But 78 in Orlando because of those showers. But then, of course, you get over into Charleston, and it still is in the upper 80s. So those current dew points, we're also going to be very muggy in Florida, like you would expect during this time of year, but we're also muggy in the southern Mississippi River Valley region in the 70s. But once you make your way over into Alabama and Georgia, you're starting to see those dew points really trail off and get into the 60s and even 50s. That's whenever you're really experiencing that nice brisk air. As far as our upper level water vapor, we have some high cloud tops over New Orleans, again associated with those showers, and some high cloud tops over the Florida Peninsula, again associated with those showers that Josh was just explaining. Now, as for the relative humidity, we see those showers and the relative humidity, those are correlated together. Where you have a lot of rain, you're going to expect a lot of water in the atmosphere. Those showers are currently sitting on top of New Orleans and southern Mississippi, as well as creeping into Alabama. And then we have these showers that are currently pushing their way northward across the Florida Peninsula, headed towards us. That's why we're going to see some of that rain come tomorrow morning. But the rest of the region is pretty dry. Will that be for the rest of today and into tomorrow? Well, for the most part, yes. We see some of those showers pushing their way into our region, but up in Atlanta and the Carolinas, you guys are pretty dry. As for over in the western portions of the southeast, you guys will see a few scattered showers, but nothing really heavy. But when we continue to look at these showers, they'll continue to persist across the Florida Peninsula and even here in the Big Bend, so we'll continue to see a lot of those showers. For tonight's forecast, though, we are expecting some nice conditions overall in the 70s across Florida, because of those clouds. We're going to see a lot of clouds in general, so we're not going to cool off very much here in the southeast, but we'll get down into the 60s over in Tupelo, 68 in Little Rock, so it's pretty nice conditions overall. But we'll continue to look at tomorrow's forecast with 90s, and then then when we go over to Blacksburg, Virginia, we'll also see 70s, getting up to 79 degrees by Thursday. And then Atlanta, Georgia, you guys are looking at 86 tomorrow, but then a cool down come Wednesday and Thursday. But Josh, how about you take it away?
All right, let's bring it back home to Tallahassee. So as you're looking at the rest, we're just seeing some beautiful skies, even nicer than Doak actually. It's 9 degrees right now, so it's going to be a little muggy, but if you want to go outside and go to the rest if you can, well, actually, they're closed, so sorry, that's not going to be an option. But nonetheless, just enjoy the weather outside before it gets cold in the winter. So we're seeing some ground scatter, as Chandler mentioned. Again, nothing to worry about, but if you're going along I-75, I-10 especially, be careful and expect allow for extra time because we know that I-10 and 75 can get really slick and accidents do occur. So future radar is showing that we will have rain coming through Tuesday morning, especially at the coast in the early morning, and then we'll see that work its way into Tallahassee by late afternoon tomorrow. So make sure you carry that umbrella if you're going to be out near the beach, which I recommend just don't go because there's likely that you're going to get some lightning and thunder. But as we go to our current temperatures, currently we're at 86 in Tallahassee and mainly hanging around the upper 80s with the exception of Apalachicola at the coast being at 82. Now, tonight we're going to be expecting some rain to come through, especially into the early morning hours of tomorrow, but we'll also be hanging around the mid to upper 70s with the warm spot being also Apalachicola at 76. Tonight, also expect some temperatures. We're going to be expecting 80 at 9 p.m., and also we're going to work its way down to mid 70s for our lows. Tomorrow, expect some rain, so if you're having to go along Legacy Walk, just make sure to take your umbrella and avoid Legacy Walk if you can, because it does tend to flood real easily, especially, and I can relate because I've got my shoes wet very, very, very much there. So make sure if you can, just avoid that area as possible. And also looking at Doak again, just looking absolutely gorgeous. It's looking stunning as always. I know I said that the rest of the picture was better, but I'm starting to take that back and eat my own words. But anyhow, so as I say, it's going to be a little muggy outside, especially with the humidity and with the higher temperatures. But as you go along through the rest of the night, in the next hour, it will cool down and just be very, very comfortable. So I recommend just going outside. I'm going to be probably going outside later tonight and taking a walk, or just taking a breeze. But anyhow, I just recommend enjoy this weather now because eventually it's going to get cold again, and then the sun will go down earlier, as well as it'll just get colder much quicker. So I just recommend enjoying this beautiful weather right now before it's too late, because once that weather's gone, it's not coming back until March. Now, Chandler, what's going on with the lifestyle?
That's right, yeah. So let's break down what you should be expecting. But first, let's start off with camera view across the rest of the Big Bend. We have Sportsplex. Again, a similar view to what Josh was just showing you over Doak Campbell Stadium. We have those clouds, partly cloudy skies. Over Panama City, though, you guys have a little bit more sunshine. St. George Island, you guys are a little cloudy, but quite beautiful, very calm waters. And then over in Lake Bradford area, you guys are also partly cloudy. That sun trying to peep through the clouds at the moment. With the day planner tomorrow, you can expect at 6 a.m. those showers, again, like we've been mentioning, going to be very persistent. Then 73 degrees or 73 degrees as well. 74 degrees at 9 a.m. 50% showers. Again, that's going to persist throughout the rest of the day. 50% by noon. We're going to get up to about 80, and then we'll cool down to about 79 by 6 p.m. So we're going to stay in those low 80s again tomorrow, but that's going to be a welcome change from the 92 that we had today, and currently we are at 91. So again, pretty warm conditions, partly cloudy skies, again, light variable winds. As for tonight, if you're studying, maybe you're studying outside, it's going to be pretty nice, 72 degrees, partly cloudy conditions. But then we also see those light and variable winds again, 6 miles per hour. As for a stargazing forecast, well, it is pretty nice at least if you're trying to stargaze earlier in the night. Now, once we start getting into the later hours, we're going to start to see those clouds start to pick up, and we're going to see those viewing conditions start to worsen. But overall, it's going to be pretty nice if you're going out, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. So definitely recommend it. You should be able to see some nice, beautiful stars. As for your dog walk forecast, again, like we've been mentioning, a lot of showers. We're going to get into the 70s. You would love to try to cash in on that and try to walk your dog, but unfortunately, we're going to have a decent amount of storms in the area, so most likely you won't be able to. Maybe if you keep track of your on your local radar app, you might be able to squeeze in a quick walk in between some of these storms, because they won't be consistent. They will be broken up and broken apart, but most likely you'll end up seeing those showers at some point. So make sure you are tuned into the weather tomorrow if you are trying to walk your dog. As for tomorrow's beach forecast, again, we're going to have beautiful conditions along the Florida Gulf Coast, North Florida Gulf Coast. Again, 66 degrees and then peaking at 75 degrees by 11 a.m. So beautiful conditions overall. Tonight's drive cast, again, we're going to get down into the low 70s, and we're going to start to see those showers pick up once we get towards the morning. But countdown again, we're going to see Halloween in 36 days, Veterans Day in 47, excuse me, and then Thanksgiving in 59. So it's going to be holiday season before you know it. As for the weekend planner, though, no holidays in sight, but we'll see those showers persist throughout the midweek. But now I'm going to toss things off to Josh to recap everything that we just told you.
All right, thank you so much, Chandler. So as I mentioned earlier, so we will have storms coming in tomorrow, and we'll also have them persist throughout the rest of the week until we get to Friday. That's when they're going to start to lay off a bit and allow us for a really nice weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Now, if you are going, just remember, if you're going to go out on Saturday and Sunday, that's totally great. Just enjoy, and I will happily encourage that, mainly because I will be doing so too. Also, enjoy those lovely lows. Wow, 60. We're going into 68, and now we're getting down to 65. My goodness, I love it. This is fantastic. Now, I do recommend, as I said earlier, since we're expecting showers through Tuesday through Thursday, make sure to carry your umbrella. If you're going to be driving, make sure you take it slow. And if you hear lightning and if you hear thunder and see lightning, make sure to just head inside. It's not worth. Don't try to go explore it. It's not going to be safe. But follow us at Twitter at FSU Weather. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather. Then you can watch us live on YouTube, which is what you're doing right now, at youtube.com/FSU Weather. Follow us at Instagram at FSU Weather. And we also have a TikTok. But just remember, you can follow us there at FSU Weather. And finally, to close out the show, you can enjoy this lovely look at Doak Campbell. This is Josh Millay, student meteorologist, signing off.